State colleges and universities are discussing how to make education more affordable, such as offering tuition-free, a tuition flat rate, free tuition with established criteria, tuition rebates, or a statewide promise program. If elected to Congress, how do you plan to work for more affordable college expenses in our country and lower student debt?
Student debt is a bit out of control. One thing that we have to remember is that these are debts that occurred by individuals of their own choosing. They wanted to attend a college or a school that they may not have been able to afford. When you go to college, you have to have the expectations that you're going to pay back that debt. And that's done with a job, with a career, a meaningful career. There are ways to reduce the cost. One of the things that we could incentivize that graduates that go into certain fields can have financial support, can have some loans either forgiven or paid for, because there are fields out there that we do need more expertise on. So I wouldn't be opposed to doing things of that nature. But ultimately, when you go to college, you have to be responsible enough to pay back that debt and not expect the taxpayers and other individuals to pay it for you.
Ms. Hayes.
Thank you for that question. I think that we are a country that educates our children, and the idea that people should not be able to access federal funds in order to go to college is ridiculous. If you look at what we spend on federal grants and loans and that allow young people to go to school or people to return to school, it only improves our economy. What would I do? Look at incentives for students to return to the state and live here and work here, because it only adds to our economy. Look at the cost of higher education, because much of the overhead and the outrageous and rising costs that it costs for young people to go to school is not in line with the economy and the jobs that are out there. Also, if you look at what was spent on the federal Pell Grant program, we spent about $26 billion, the same amount, or roughly the same amount, that is proposed for this wall that Mexico was supposed to pay for. So if we prioritize and decide what is important to us as a nation, educating our children or keeping people out, we can find the money to make sure that more children go to college, that more young people graduate ready and prepared for the changing workforce and the economy. And then finally, look at programs in schools and make sure that we are not graduating young people who will not be able to find gainful employment. Make sure that our curriculums at our universities match the needs of the changing economy.